Hello everyone, thank you for joining me and welcome to day one of my 12 Days of Crafty Christmas series. So today I thought I would start with some quite simple stamping. We're going to do a simple card today, and I'm going to be using the Trucking Along stamp set, which comes in a bundle with the punch that punches out the truck, the wheel arch, the wheel and the window, but I'm actually not going to be using the punch today, just the stamp set. And then for a sentiment, I'm going to be using the Christmas classics. I'm going to be using the Merry and the Christmas for my sentiment today. I've popped my stamps onto clear acrylic blocks already, so they're ready to go. I have already cut my card base. This is a cherry cobbler card base, just a standard half sheet of A4, scored at 10.5 centimetres. So I'm just going to put that to one side for the moment, and then I'm going to cut the front panel for my card. So I've got my trimmer here and a sheet of basic white cardstock, and I'm going to trim that down to 10 centimetres long ways. So this is going to give me a narrow border around the front panel, and then I'm going to trim to 14.3 centimetres. So that is our white card front there. And then I'm going to be stamping in Memento ink. Oh, knocking things over. Sorry for my arm in front of the camera. I'm going to be using the Tuxedo Black Memento ink, and I am going to start off with the outline of the truck. You can see it's been well used already. So I'm just going to ink up my stamp. Sorry for any wobble. And then I'm going to position my truck quite high on my card front, hopefully nice and centered. And then I'm going to do all of my stamping in one go, and then I'm going to do some blending with the Stampin' Blends. So I'm going to take my, I don't know what you would call this, I suppose it's kind of like the grounding stamp, and I'm just going to stamp that nice and high, and I'm not too worried if I get some of my ink over the tyres. I'm not too worried about that. Because when I colour the tyres it'll be covered anyway. Then I'm going to use this adorable little present outline, and we're going to have presents in the back of our truck. I'm just being careful to line it up. Oh, I think I moved that a little bit. Got away with it. And then our sentiments, so I've put the Merry and the Christmas from the Christmas classics together to make Merry Christmas. And then I'm going to stamp that down at the bottom right hand side. And that is all of our stamping done. I told you it was going to be a simple one today. So now I'm going to bring in my trusty pot of Stampin' Blends. And I'm going to start with the window. So I'm using the light soft sea foam. You could use the light pool party if you wanted to. I quite like the kind of greeny tinge. With that, then I'm going to take the light smoky slate and I'm going to colour my metalwork. So the front bumper, the back bumper, this little piece here, and then the alloys on my wheels. So these are the quick and easy bits. I'm not doing any blending or light and dark shading on those bits. Then I'm going to colour my wheels. So I'm using the dark basic black, and I'm going to colour my tyres. You see how you can't see that stamping. come over the tyres. Okay. And then I'm going to colour my presents. So I've got wild wheat. I'm going to use all three of these colours. I'm going to move that jar out of the way. So I've got wild wheat, I've got old olive and cherry cobbler. So I'm going to use the cherry cobbler for the truck, but I'm going to use the light cherry cobbler for some of our presents. So again, because these are really small areas, I'm not going to worry about blending with light and dark. So they're just going to be kind of flat coloured, and then the blending and the shading will come in the truck, which is the larger area. So I'm just colouring some little spots on my presents. We'll go for the light wild wheat for our spotty parcel, and then maybe we'll make this one red and gold. The wild wheat does kind of remind me of gold. And then the old olive. Super quick and easy. And then we've got our truck. Oh, I didn't colour the centre of my wheels. Let's just do that quickly. There we go. So I'm going to start off by colouring the whole of my truck with the light cherry cobbler, and then I'm going to come back in with the dark and then blend it out again with the light. So it's nice and quick. It's nice to colour. I really enjoy colouring with Stampin' Blends, actually. It's probably my favourite thing to do of kind of all the crafting that I do, colouring with Stampin' Blends. They're really forgiving. You don't have to, I'm not an artist by any stretch of the imagination. But I do enjoy that you can have a kind of really artistic look when you're done, just by doing some really simple blending. And one of the nice things about these stamps is that it does kind of give you a hint as to where you want to be putting that darker colour, which is nice. So you can see now we've got a flat coloured truck, and it's lovely and would be fine, and you know, your recipients would be very happy to receive it, but I think we can do a little bit better than that. So, oh no, I want the thin end, and I'm just going to add some dark cherry cobbler kind of along all these little seam lines. I've just realised as well I've over coloured. I shouldn't have coloured that bit there. I should have stopped at the bottom of the truck there. But never mind, we'll keep going. So I'm just kind of popping some dark cherry cobbler over the areas that you know, would be a little bit darker. And then I'm just going to really simply blend it out. And I'm not going to colour over the whole of the truck. You could, and for some images I would do that, but I want to be able to get the sense that actually this is quite an old truck. You know, it's not shiny and new, and actually there are some faded areas, particularly kind of this sort of centre area on the door here, just where it, you know, might have got a little bit faded. You know, and you can always come back in and add in a bit more colour if you think that you need a bit more. But that's it, that's our card front done. she says. I need to colour in the steering wheel. I'll just colour that in. And then I'm just going to stick it onto my card base. So I'm going to use my Tombow. And just a quick wiggle of Tombow over the back there. And then you could use tape runner, you could use double-sided tape, whatever your adhesive of choice is. When I'm putting a front on and I've got a narrow border, I like to be able to have that little bit of wiggle room, which is why I reach for the Tombow for projects like this. But there you have it. That is our card for today. You could pop an insert in, you could stamp in the insert, maybe with a little pile of presents. That would be very cute. But I just wanted to keep today really simple. Yeah. Pop back tomorrow for day 2 when I have a whole other project with a different stamp set for you. Thank you for joining me. See you soon. Take care. Bye.